This region around the Great Lakes has been called the heartland. When it comes to agriculture, there's hardly an area in the world that compares.
Everybody, just hold on. I don't know what we're going to have here.
There's a lot of self-proclaimed geniuses out there that know the national yield, but they're all wrong.
Manage money, piling in.
Double digits higher.
So at this point, we're in kind of uncharted territory.
There's a lot of money on the sidelines.
So that was a crazy one.
That's what brings the viewers back. That a boy.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, July 24th, and this is the AgYield War Room. I'm Dan Dempsey, and I'll be moderating today's session. As always, if you got any questions or comments, please feel free to drop us a line in the chat area. We'll be sure to get to it during the show. Overnight markets here at September corn down 5.5 at 458.5. August soybeans were down 2.5 at 1235, and September Chicago wheat was down 21 3/4 at 674.5. No export sales announcements here this morning, so we'll jump right in. We did see crude soften up here early this morning. Obviously spilled a little bit into our markets here, Dustin, but we were talking before the show. It appears that weather continues to call for dry for a majority of the Corn Belt here for the next 7 to 10 days. So I guess maybe share a few thoughts as we wrap up the week here, and then we'll throw it around the room.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Yeah, I think big thing is the deviation between the euro and the GFS is probably the heat now too. So this is the GFS chart from the next 14 days. If you want to pull that up, Jack. Thank you. So what this is showing is 5.7 degrees above normal, and this notable change from yesterday, of course, for the next 14 days. And a lot of this area is also expected to experience that dryness. So a little bit worse on the GFS than the euro. And I think that we have a lot of people talking about trading weather or trading energies, or trading the Black Sea region. I think there's a combination of all. Jason made a good point yesterday. It's not probably one thing that's led us to that 392 last night. It's probably a combination of all of them. So to see, energy premiums come down overnight a little bit, at some point you're going to get guys that say, okay, we're near $5 corn again. And we hear this a lot in our business is like, hey, I can get cash corn $5 for Jan delivery, and commercials will start pointing that out when, it's a flat price move that went up. It might not even be basis, but the moment that I think growers can hear a real $5 cash sale for their intended delivery window, that's going to bring more sales out. And so I'm not surprised to see, some relief off of the recent highs. And that's what we're doing too. We're trying to, use this as an opportunity to lay into, the guys that need to catch up on hedging, need to protect revenues. It's not to say that we're necessarily bearish. There's a lot that's still got to be figured out in the next, 60 days. But it's necessary for risk management for producers, in my opinion.
Yeah, and thanks to our friends at Crop Profit for that chart. They do a great job with the daily weather there as well and analytics. So, Justin, it's going to be interesting to see how we close going home, with everything that's going on. It's key weather time and just that time of the year. So I guess what are your thoughts to wrap up the week?
Yeah, I mean, we had we've talked about a lot, but, kind of classic break into first notice day. We've had a hell of a counter seasonal rally. You can argue that we had a pretty counter seasonal break. And then counter seasonal rally, so 70 cents just about straight up, you're putting a lot of premium in. It's a classic weather market. You're going to have big breaks and big rallies going into a pretty important weekend again. I mean, the next 2 weeks are going to be really important, obviously, to see what, anything can happen Sunday night, the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I mean, no surprise here. You made new highs for the move. We've been a lot of farmers selling into this in corn, especially. Beans is just one of those crops that I think most of the crop gets sold around harvest. Corn is the one that people have more confidence in forecasting and selling. I think a lot of people have no idea what their bean crop is until they harvest it personally. So, yeah, I think, we put out some recommendations last night. I think some of these 2 to 4 week options look pretty inexpensive, compared to what I think can happen over the next 4 weeks, depending on how the weather plays out and, geopolitics, all those kinds of things. So, yeah, to Dustin's point, we've been trying to harp on it all week. I mean, this was a great catch up rally. This is the spot you should be getting whatever comfort level you have, make sure that you're okay with, 50 cent or dollar move from here. This is a good opportunity to do that. So that's kind of what we've been working on all week. And I think my head is trying to be open-minded to what can happen here. So
very good. And if you got any questions on some of those different tools or things we're talking about or looking at, just give us a call. Love to talk through that and work with you on that. Very good. Let's talk cattle here a little bit, Ryland. We got cattle on feed today. Yesterday, very interesting to see with that sharply lower cash print and futures just basically, disembarking on its own little path there. So that was kind of interesting to see. And then hogs, we snapped a streak of highs, but still pretty solid market there. So wrap us up.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, I think there's just a little bit of caution here before the cattle on feed report. I mean, this market has been straight down for almost 3 weeks now, and you've taken a lot out of it, and cash market is definitely following. I mean, cash is wrapping up yesterday around 230 in both the north and south, so it's about 6 to 8 lower, and then dressed around 365, so 10 to 12 lower from last week. So I don't know if it's necessary to try to pick a bottom here, but I mean, obviously, we've just been getting beaten up, I think, in general, with the placement number ahead of us, the cattle on feed report today at 2. I just think you finally get a little bit of consolidation here, so I think that focus is going to start to redirect a little bit here early next week with on-feed inventory expected at 102.2, placements at 98, and marketing's at 97. I mean, this is the lowest June placements in 17 years. So I think from a supply standpoint, that's still kind of the overall focus right now. And if the cash market can finally see a little bit of a bottom, we didn't see too much in the beef yesterday, still going lower here, down 63 in choice, down $1.82 in select. So I think really the focus is going to be on the report, and if beef prices finally show some real support here going into next week. And on the hog side, yeah, I mean, the market's been really strong here lately. I mean, we finally got cash prices up a little bit. They were up another $1.06 yesterday. So you put another $1 on, you're at 102.14 now. So all of a sudden things are looking pretty rosy, but I think there is still going to be some caution here. We're finally starting to see bellies make the push. Ham prices still making a little bit of a push here. I mean, it's not what we would see in kind of a typical year, you'd say, but the price action has been really good. So I think there's just some good opportunity now when we look into that late Q3, Q4 kind of producer hedging, or looking at forward margins. I think it just overall there could be some opportunities here because, as we know, seasonally prices tend to start to gravitate lower between now and the end of the year. So we'll see if there anything kind of shakes up here. Cold storage report later today too could also, give us a little bit of a mover and a shaker. But as of right now, the fundamentals are still holding up pretty well. So we'll see if we get any follow through into the weekend.
Very good. I appreciate the update there, Rye. We made it through another week, guys. It's everybody's favorite time, Fun Fact Friday. Brian, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Dan. Happy Friday, everybody, and happy National Tequila Day. Essays. It's National Tequila Day, and weird, it all started at the University of Utah, of all places, in 1974, right? How weird is that? So here are some fun facts about tequila. Tequila is just like champagne. Tequila can only be legally called tequila if it's made in specific regions in Mexico, mainly the state of Jalisco. Otherwise, it's just agave-flavored bad decisions. It takes years to make one shot. The blue agave plant usually takes 6 to 10 years to mature before it can be harvested. Translations, you can slam a shot in seconds, what nature took nearly a decade to grow. The worm is a myth. Real tequila does not contain a worm. A worm equals mezcal. So Hollywood owes Mexico an apology there. Americans drink more tequila than any other country. We import hundreds of millions of liters each year. How about this one? There's a car that runs on tequila. In 1964, Chrysler built a turbine engine that can run on almost anything flammable. Only a few exist. They're crazy expensive, but I can guarantee you probably know who's got one. Jay Leno.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then Pancho Villa, the ultimate tequila icon, hated alcohol. His name is on countless brands in the classic Pancho Villa style shot, tequila, lime, salt. He was a teetotaler, which means he just abstained from alcohol. As governor, he banned booze in his state, punishable by death, not only for the drinker, but all his animals. Here's a cocktail for you, Jason, to try. The Gringo Killer. It's a cocktail during the wild prohibition era. Mix of pulque, which is like agave wine, tequila, brandy, and a dash of liquid marijuana.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, it was guaranteed. It was guaranteed to put a tarantula to sleep for a year. It was named after a colorful Irish Mexican sailor. Ready for the name? Johnny O'Brien.
Oh,
I mean, that makes sense.
That was like the chosen one,
right? And lastly, here's some tequila math for you. 1 tequila, this is delicious. 2 tequilas, let's order some apps. 3 tequilas, I should buy a boat. 4 tequilas, I'm fluent in Spanish. So happy Friday, everybody. Enjoy a margarita today for National Tequila Day. And I believe we actually have a picture of Pancho Villa in his heyday. Wow.
Dude, you lost like 30 pounds, dude. Nice.
Am I the
Ryland, is that the horse behind you?
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, obviously, there's a theme this week. Major Warren.
Yes.
Wow, Pancho Ryland.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, very good. All right, Bri. Good stuff, man. Appreciate everybody that tunes in on a daily basis here. The link's in the description. Check out the War Room Report. It's access to premium content, a deeper dive into all the things we discuss here daily on the War Room, access to our reactions to USDA reports. So check that out. Also, a portion of the proceeds of the subscription fees goes directly to support the AgYield NextGen Foundation, which, of course, promotes student scholarships through our AgYield simulator. So check that out as well, how to support there. One thing to note, Ryland will be in to host on Monday, so check that show out. That'll be really good. We appreciate everybody that tunes in. If you wouldn't mind, throw us a like and certainly subscribe. We're doing this every day that the markets are open on X, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live at 8:15 Central Time. Appreciate the thoughts and comments here this morning, guys. It was a good show. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Monday.
The War Room is presented by AgYield, a risk management partner of American grain farmers for over 50 years. Looking for more in-depth analysis? Check out the War Room Report. Our team's knowledge and expertise delivered straight to your inbox every weekday. Each report delivers key market-moving headlines, critical weather updates, USDA report breakdowns, and exclusive video content, all for $50 a month. And most importantly, 10% of every subscription will go directly to support the AgYield NextGen Foundation, a nonprofit investing in agricultural education and the future of farming. To sign up for the War Room Report, check out the link in the description or learn more at agyield.com.
Hey guys, Jack here. Be sure to support the show by hitting the like button, leaving us a comment, and subscribing to the channel for all the latest updates. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.